And we are ready to go. I will already tell you that Peter is playing a very comparable deck with a very comparable ideology to Sander, playing Scarab Blazers, it's called, and Jelle with a bit of a surprise. So I'm not going to give away too much yet. We'll talk about that later and during sideboarding. We're watching games and there's also a GP who has time for side events. True. Jelle is not on Esper. Keep guessing. What's the name of the knight? Knight of Grace. Knight of Grace. Tallying up very, very well against the Peter on Esper. Yes, Peter is on Esper. And that Knight of Grace is already a problem for Steenbeke. Supernatural Stamina. Will not trade since the first strike on the Knight, but will give Peter that extra card draw. Oars of Knighting. Knightling. Yeah, there's a lot of surprising cards in Jelle's deck. Excuse me. If you're expecting just the standard Knight aggro deck, you'd be very, very surprised by all the things that are going to come out. I wouldn't call Jelle's deck tribal at all. There's a... Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's Jelle. If it's not a value mid-range deck, I'd be surprised. Well, let's just see how this this matchup develops, shall we? Oh, gets his Ayani. People already saw an Eldest Reborn hiding in his hand as well, so it must be mid-range. Well, it looks like mid-range that can put quite a lot of pressure. Jelle choosing to hold back the Knight of Grace here in order to protect his Planeswalker. Okay, blink of an eye. End of turn for Peter. A tempo play really generate any advantage for him, and passes the turn. Does have counter mana up for it right now, and is playing some of it main deck. Here we have a Gentry instead. And it resolves. Which is interesting, because we know there's one negate, two essence scatters, two syncopates. So it must be the negate that Peter has up if there was a plan to deal with the Ayani. You think that Teferi in Peter's hand is much more fascinating? On this board, Teferi won't do that much yet. Fatal push on Gentry, gets Supernatural Stamina as an answer. And again, Peter has no plan, has no interaction with that. Not sure what that was. That looked like a gold card from Jelle. with a legendary frame, but I don't really see what fits that description. So either I miss so. Yeah, I agree that it looked like Muldrota, but I'm pretty sure that Jelle isn't playing Muldrota. Yeah, he's not playing Muldrota. He's playing Ayani, Gonti, Liliana, and Profane Procession as his rares. Ah, no way! Of course, he's taking cards from Peter, not from Jelle. Yeah, it could be Muldrota. Yes. Ah, yes, he took it from Peter. I get it now. Ooh, brain fart. Deep freeze on the knight. That makes it a 1/5 defender. Because of the +1/+1 counter that's still on there. Bring back mono red, punish the greedy decks. Two cards under Gonti. One of them Muldrota, the other I missed. I have 4 mana. Bring back Ayani. And it will be the negate, yeah. To take out the Planeswalker. Dusk Legion Zealot jumped from under Gonti. Steffi's playing mono red, I think. At least she does in the St. Nicholas ladder. Steffi's coming up soon. And we have a Cloud Blazer. For Peter Steenbeke. Usually the sign of these type of decks stabilizing. Let's see if that's actually going to happen. It's Peter stealing my Muldrota build and then putting Teferi in. Well, there's Cloud Blazers in as well. Eldest Reborn came out for Jelle, taking out the Cloud Blazer. Advantage extremely strongly for Jelle at this point. Just be clear about that. Let's see if Peter can make a comeback here. That's gonna be pretty hard. We haven't had any Peter's trademark tapping the table and counting stuff out. This is the last invitational that Gonti is legal. Hey, you never know, they get reprinted. This is game 1 of the quarterfinal. Yes, we already had one quarterfinal in which Lars defeated Sander the Quick. Cloud Blazer number 2. It's kind of what these do. Once you start casting Cloud Blazers, always seems like a never-ending stream. Discard a land for the Eldest Reborn. And we have a Divest from Jelle. Artifact or creature card. Only has the Gifted Etherborn to discard. Peter keeping them open. Bring back Sphinx's Tutelage Mill. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what Return to Ravnica will bring to the table. Jelle attacking with the Gonti here. 2-3 death touch. And the Siren's Ruse gets countered by a Vicious Offering. By destroying the Cloud Blazer that was targeted. Next turn, Ayala will get something out of any graveyard. Right now, that looks like it'd be Ayani or maybe even a Cloud Blazer. Yes, that's the one-off Surveyor out of Jelle's deck, I think. Yeah, Skittering Surveyor as a one-off. Also, we have people that are building mill decks, so there is definitely something there. Fairy Hero of Dominaria resolves. Peter. No, you do not have decklist. I have the decklist. The decklist will be made available after the event is over. We get a tuck on the Eldest Reborn. Now third from the top. Peter wanting to avoid that Ayani comes back or a Cloud Blazer gets stolen, and a Deep Freeze on the Gonti. Stims the Assault. That still means that Teferi will die to the Skittering Surveyor and the Dusk Legion Zealot attacking by Teferi. Now that's going to be another juicy target for that Eldest Reborn, because we know that the Muldrota was taken, and here it is. Means that Jelle now has an engine with that Evolving Wilds and will be able to replay creatures, and his Planeswalker have currently hiding in his graveyard. Muldrota came from Peter's deck. It was stolen with the Gonti. Yeah, Peter already checking what might be coming. Only thing in there currently is that Ayani, but of course that Evolving Wilds just keep popping in and out of that graveyard for as long as Muldrota is on the battlefield. Also seems strange in Peter's deck. I cannot argue with that. Huh, Jelle didn't sacrifice the Evolving Wilds at end of turn. He can still do it now and get it back. Seems suboptimal. +1/+1 counters on Skittering Surveyor and the Dusk Legion Zealot. Peter played the Cloud Blazer in the meantime, but I don't think a lot of is going to happen. And again, we see Peter struggling. And we know there's an Eldest Reborn waiting in the wings. Stealing a mythic or rare with Gonti is just nasty in Gentry. Yes, that's very right. Good comment from the chat. And I feel it happens more than you'd think it does. But then again, yeah, we tend to remember the things that go bad for longer. Cloud Blazer does some loyalty management on Ayani. keeping wilds for fatal push. Yeah, but why keep it if you can replay it turn and turn and turn again? Golden Demise, might want to reconsider. That does kill the Cloud Blazer right now. Yeah. And now the Golden Demise. Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay. Wipes the board, gives back Peter his cards. 3 mana for Forsake the Worldly. Targeting that Deep Freeze, yep. That unlocks a 4/2. Actually, it's not a 4/2 right now. It's only a 3/2 became a 4/3. I don't think Peter is dead actually since the Night of Grace. Doesn't have the +1 anymore. Since Gonti is blue from the Deep Freeze. In addition. Okay, so it's still black. Okay, then the Night of Grace was defrosted. Was powerful enough for the kill. Yep. Correct. Okay. Let's have a look at the sideboard for Jelle. So we now know he is playing Orzhov mid-range. He's playing 3 Ravenous Chupacabra, 4 Dusk Legion Zealot, a Profane Procession, 4 Militia Bugler, no idea how to pronounce that, Liliana Death's Majesty, 2 Dark Bargains, 1 Skittering Surveyor, 3 Supernatural Stamina, 3 Vicious Offering, 1 Forsake the Worldly, 1 Duress, 2 Plague Mirror, 1 Gentry, 2 Divest, 2 The Eldest Reborn, 4 Knight of Grace, none of the Black Knights, 1 Ayani Adversary of Tyrants, and then a bunch of lands. His sideboard has Divest, Duress, Cartouche of Ambition, Blessed Light. Look at what Blessed Light does. Ah, yeah, of course. Blessed Lies, Fragmentize, Forsake the Worldly, Moment of Craving, and Fungal Infection. None of which, except the Divest, maybe, sound particularly good against Peter. Peter, in the meantime, is playing 4-color craziness, infinite one-offs. He's playing Blink of an Eye, Essence Scatters, Fatal Push, Negate, Siren's Ruse, Supernatural Stamina, Syncopate, Vicious Offering, Deep Freeze, Excellence Binding, Profane Procession, Cloud Blazer, Dusk Legion Zealot, Gifted Etherborn, Muldrota, Ravenous Chupacabra, Sailor of Means, Tatyova, Benthic, Druid, the Scarab God, Golden Demise, Renegade Map, Teferi, and a bunch of lands. Yeah, the Black Knights aren't as good, that's definitely true. In the sideboard for Peter, we have 4 Duress, Forsake the Worldly, 3 Fragmentize, 2 Fungal Infection, 3 Negates, and 1 Plains. 1 Plains I find interesting. Probably because he didn't have anything else to put in. I kind of expect him to put in the Duresses. I haven't been paying attention to what he actually did. Militia Bugles. I'm not sure who One Critical Geek is, but I know that Jelle had this deck for a while already. It reminds me of the one-off deck, the singleton deck that Tom Doyle played. Ah, Kobe. Alright. Excuse me. I forgot to put my my water bottle here. If anyone downstairs is listening, there's a black Magic Judge branded water bottle in the fridge. If that could magically appear upstairs, that'd be super awesome. As we head into game 2. Oh, sorry. No, not taking credit for Jelle there too. Yeah. This is yeah, also a kind of deck that apparently Pascal was very enthusiastic about. Okay, we're in game 2. Jelle won game 1 based on a mid-game grind that ended when he got rid of a deep freeze on his Knight of Grace, push through the last points of damage. Someone open the door quietly and throw it at Niels. No, don't throw it at me. Wait. Dusk, Legion, Zealot. Oh. Can't type anymore. Okay, Renegade map for Peter is his first play. Would have been pretty crazy if this was a night opening for Jelle. Jelle stuck on 2 lands here, having drawn 2 extra cards with the Dusk Legion Zealots. These decks make you doubt your deck choice for the open. I don't think this matchup is very representative of what you can expect at the open, to be honest. These are players very much at the top, and also meta gaming a little bit what the Invitational would look like. But you do you. I mean, this will influence a lot of what is going to get played at the open. So actually taking these decks into account isn't that bad an idea. Anything goes at the open. Yeah. We've seen Minotaur Tribal make it to the top 8 of the open, so apparently everything is good. Still no third land for Jelle. But he's bringing the pain. Meta in Ghent is dirtly. There's a lot of mid-range control decks currently. Cloud Blazers, Scarab Gods, big impactful 4 and 5 mana cost cards. Eldest Reborn. There's a few people that are still playing Topters, and we still have Okitra's Monument being quite active. 6 mana Muldrota. Hashtag ban Scarab God. Not necessary. People know how to deal with it. Jelle gets his 3rd land. Comes into play untapped even, and we have a Bugler, Bugler, Bugler. Okay then. Militia, Bugler. Didn't see what it found. Peter only has that renegade map to replace, so not getting a lot of value out of that Mildruta at this point. Skittering Surveyor for Jelle. Bugler whiffed. Oh. I think that's a syncopate countering the Surveyor. Peter trying to keep Jelle in this mana screw as long as possible. But he's not really putting on pressure yet. In the meantime, still no water bottle.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Cinco de Passion. Cloud Blazer for Peter. Yes, I'm dehydrated here. Has the soundboard always been this on point? Well,
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
there's a lot on the soundboard that is a bit awkward. Okay. Profane Procession for Jelle. Can't activate it unless he top decks another land. And if he does top deck a land, he has Eldest Reborns that are pretty good as well on this table. Yeah, if Jelle gets land 5 and Peter is missing some interaction, then we still have a game here. Jelle has won game 1, so even if this tumble lasts for the rest of the game, we still have a game 3. Ixalan's Binding. On the Profane Procession. Supernatural Stamina on the chump blocking Dusk Legion Zealot. To bring it back, draw an extra card. Choosing to do this with the Zealot because he's digging for land. I don't think he got an extra land here. How much land is he actually playing? Let's see if that's a problem. 16, 24 land. Seems easily justifiable. Bugler coming in. Wait, that thing has vigilance? Huh. I didn't know it had vigilance. See? You learn something new every day.
Wow.
Somebody happy about Peter keeping in Ixalan's Binding. Second Supernatural Stamina for Jelle. Again, chump blocking. Ah, no. This time we're actually going for a trade. I'm not sure, but I think that Jelle played the supernatural stamina too soon. It was a big risk for Jelle. Well, yes. Jelle also needs to find a way to come back. Fatal push ruins the plan. And Peter should be seeing blood at this point.
Finish him!
Jelle has been extremely unfortunate this match. Almost as unfortunate as I feel for still not having my water bottle here. Jelle not the person who's going to give up. He got land number 5 in the form of a Forsaken Sanctuary. Now we'll see if the hole that Jelle has gotten in is deep enough for Peter to take it home here. Jelle just jump blocking. Thank you very much for alerting Anouk to my plight. Well, it's still 5 matches after this one, so I'd rather stick to water at this point. You don't think he... Chad doesn't think he should have taken the risk there. Ah, gets a Ravenous Chupacabra here. It's a pretty big deal. Chooses to aim for the Muldrota. As far as I see, Peter doesn't have infinite ways of recurring that Muldrota to restart the loop. I actually played a single nature spiral to be able to do that in my version of the Muldrota deck. Now suddenly we are closer to even. I wouldn't say even yet. Both players have some lands to play with. Do know that Peter has enough. Yes, thank you. Peter has enough to play a threat and keep counter mana up. While Jelle is forced to play a single big spell every turn. I tripped all over myself. Oh no! Whew. Nice fresh. Okay. Jelle still needs to find an answer to that Cloud Blazer though, since that will kill him. Oh, there we go. An answer to Cloud Blazer. Vicious Offering. Kill the Cloud Blazer. As that was a 3-turn clock at this. Also, in the meantime, welcome everybody in the chat room. Looks like we have around 30 people hanging around. Feel free to introduce yourself, join the discussion, ask questions. We're a friendly bunch. This is a Gentry Invitational. It's a budget version of Standard that allows 15 uncommons and 4 unique rares and or mythics. Bugler finds himself. Yes, Vision's offering got negated. And we have a gifted Etherborn. At this point, Peter is frantically trying to push through those last points of damage. Protecting the Cloud Blazer for 2 more turns will have just that effect. Do I think a mono red Flame of Kel deck has power to can power through these decks? Okay, that's a second negate on a Eldest Reborn. Peter just 2 attacks away from taking game 2 in this match. This is actually dangerous. Jelle already demonstrated that he has supernatural stamina in his deck. I wouldn't have attacked with the gifted Etherborn here, as that unlocks the supernatural stamina on Chupacabra draw. Cracks the Renegade map. The re-push coming in. Yep. As Jelle drops to just 2 life. Can't find an answer for the Cloud Blazer right now. Best having a look. Yeah, Peter had the plan with the Fatal Push. Divest sees Deep Freeze Fatal Push, but no counter mana. So a Liliana is free to come in and bring back a Chupacabra. Yes, there is the risk of double blocks going very wrong if you just assign all the damage to a single creature. Liliana brings back a Chupacabra. And the second Bugler, Bugler, Boogler. Another turnaround on 2 life. Yeah, that looks like it's becoming the theme of this event at this point. In the meantime, the chat is building the perfect mono red deck. There seems to be a discussion on how many Flame of Kells you should play. I think 3 is a sweet spot number. And Peter has the Golden Demise to get rid of all the chump blockers and push through with that gifted Etherborn to take game number 2. 1-1 in this quarterfinal between Peter Steenbeke and Jelle Gyselinck. Let's have a quick look at the bracket. We already saw Lars taking home a semi-final slot. We'll be playing against whoever wins this match. And after that, we'll see Steffi playing against Joris. And Sander the Ridder playing against Branko. Steffi is the wildcard open category player. Joris got his slot as the best rookie. Somebody never played in Gentry Open before. And Sander the Ridder got it from the leaderboard in St. Niklaas, while Branko got his slot as the voted pro player. Some of you might have seen him play a few weeks ago in the coverage of the most recent Pro Tour, where he made top 4 together with Thomas van der Paalt and Christophe Grégoire, 2 players that have also been featured in Gentry events before. Niels, are there any spicy brews coming, or didn't you look at decklist yet? Well, I think that Jelle's brew is relatively spicy. There are some surprises still coming. Don't worry, Red Gentry visual list. I think Flame of Kelt, you really have to play it with Fanatical Firebrands. Yoshino Pyromancers. Yeah, this looks like a very straightforward way to build the deck. Okay, let's go back. I think our players have prepared, have sideboarded for game 3. Yes, Sander got this slot because Bram van den Nobele chose not to attend. In the meantime, for some reason, my auto mod held Silver Shiva's post for sexual reasons. Fill that red dick with goblins. Careful with those vowels there. I'm going now to allow the comment, just be careful with those in the future. We have a judge call. So in a few seconds we'll hear Anouk sprint to the arena. Yeah, there she comes. Yeah, there's a 8 or 10 second delay on the stream. To ask a glass of water. Apparently, probably wants water. He did this in our match last year as well. That's awesome. Yeah, we probably should just have some water up there anyway. Couldn't take my 9th month old there. Well, he would have been welcome here. But in the meantime, we are in game 3. Knight of Grace. Oh. Actual Knight of Grace. And we have a Renegade map for Peter, the Fatal Push Enabler. I don't think you want to trust kids to Anouk. Dusk Legion Zealot or Jelle has mana this time. We shouldn't have been, so we shouldn't see him struggling like we did in these previous games. And we see Peter a bit apprehensive, seems to have a hand full of interactive cards, nothing really proactive to add to the board. Sailor of Means here would have been really good in stopping the assault. Jelle putting quite some pressure with that Knight of Grace. I think I might have underestimated how solid that card is. Skittering Surveyor for a one-off. That's came out every game already. Peter stuck with a Fatal Push in hand. Would really like to get rid of the Knight, but that has hexproof from black. Yep. Pretty good. Minimize his lights out for Jelle as well. No, here it's only a 1-for-1 since the Dusk Legion Zealot and the Surveyor have already replaced themselves. Ah, El Tombo finally joined the discussion. Excellent. Yes, it really makes removal awkward, and that first strike makes it very good against certain cards. That's kind of funny that the mechanic of the card makes it so that Gifted Etherborn can never even trade with the card, since Gifted Etherborn gives it the power boost it needs to win against it. One red deck in this open could bust them all though. A lot of people thinking that Jeskai Control and Mono Red are the solutions to the decks we've seen so far. Still have 4 more decks we need to see. Doesn't dodge face removal. This is game 3. It's 1-1 between Peter and Jelle. See, Peter already chump blocking in order to keep his life total up, unless he has that golden demise ready. Cracks renegade map. Nice look at that Scarab God that was all the way on the bottom of his deck. Mono Red insta loses against mid-range life gaining shenanigans. Yep. That is a problem. I don't think we've seen enough what Mono Red can do in this meta game, to be honest. Dusk Legion Zealot for Peter. His hand is still blinks and negates. Divest. Gets negated. I think this is more so that Peter can hide what he still has in his hand from Jelle, since it would make him way too comfortable. That seems to think that Mono Red will get better in Gentry post-rotation. Also losing a bunch of pretty good cards. Kenra Scrapper, Firebrand Archer, stuff like that. We finally see the golden demise from Peter. How many is he actually playing? I see 2 golden demises in his deck. Jelle choosing 2 supernatural. Is Dusk Legion Zealot instead of the Knight. Maybe he thinks he can't target it with black spells, but it's hexproof from black. In the meantime, chat is wow. Jelle whiffing on the Bugler. Bugler again. How many creatures does he play? 7, 11, 12, 14, 15, 19. Yeah, see, he's 19 targets. 1 and 3. Ah, the one-off Sailor of Means. Eat the buggles. This is the whole tier discussion all over again. Ravenous Chupacabra eats the sailor. No, an essence scatter stops it dead in its tracks. Can you handle this? Jelle pokes with a vigilant bugler. What am I looking at? Ryo. Where's Essence Scatter? And a Fatal Push. Does a cleanup on Jelle's side of the... Definitely not tire. Cloud Blazer for Peter, as he's aiming to stabilize and retake control of this board. Jelle will need some big plays to punch through here. And we have another renegade map for Peter. Jelle now seems to be in a bit of a mana flood rather than a mana screw like we saw him last game. And we have gifted Etherborn. But Jelle has the Knight of Grace. Stop this. No, Essence Scatter again. Keep the table clear. As Peter just keep pushing the gained advantage. Cloud Blazer number 2. As we see Peter racing for the end of this match. This is game 3. Dark Bargain for Jelle. Black Brainstorm. Reverse Brainstorm. The Knight of Grace and Dusk Legion Zealot. Yep. Pretty good cards for him to stabilize with. Now we've seen Peter in this position a lot of times already in the last year. It's also funny to see him accelerating his play once he sees he's winning. The attack here is pretty straightforward. Yep, 2 Cloud Blazers, sending him in. And passes the turn. Will Jelle stabilize? No! Peter came in and took it home.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Peter the Wrecking Ball and Jelle